Hey, this is Peachy.
I'm Ooze.
This is Sudon.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank our original launch site, Anchor.fm, who's helped to enrich this podcast in many ways. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast.
Anchor.fm offers educational tools on how to get started in social media and has not only given our show, stapled together, several platforms to choose from for your listening enjoyment, but continues to offer helpful tips and avenues for growth along the way. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
With an easy, hassle-free method for uploading, you can add your podcast episodes to Anchor.fm's extensive library, available for listening on several popular streaming services, letting listeners choose a favorite platform. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast.
That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad.
Go to anchor.fm/start to get started today.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Stapled Together Podcast. I am Sue.
I'm Peachy.
You know,
I forgot what we were doing.
And this is for the week of
The
September.
comic book release week of September 18th, 2019.
Yes.
Did we get in the weird noises? For the comic book release week of
September 18th.
I was like
2019.
February. Damn it. Comic book release of September 19th,
2019.
And we're at 50 episodes next week.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are.
50.
Yeah, that's
49.
Do you need to dig up that script?
I found mine the other day, actually. Yeah.
They're in a box upstairs. I have a couple of them, I think, upstairs. But yes, welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
How you two doing? You doing all right?
Doing good.
Hey.
Doing all right?
Doing pretty good
I'm
today.
hungry.
Getting a new fridge. I'm
I need to
excited.
sneeze.
Fridge. Can't eat that.
Can't
All
eat,
right.
can't eat
So-
a fridge.
We got a lot of cool stuff to get to. So we got news.
We do?
And who's first?
I guess I'll go first. Within the past week, they've released an extended after credits scene from the first Iron Man, of course, which shows Nick Fury approaching Tony Stark about the Avengers Initiative. It's pretty cool. I got to watch it. It's a short bit that got added, but he does mention radioactive spider bite and assorted mutants, which is pretty cool. You know, so they had planned initially to maybe have them be a part of that universe until, you know, they figured out they couldn't by that point and kept working on, I'm assuming, getting both of those
Yeah.
properties or whatever, gaining them however they could. But I thought that was pretty cool.
And that was supposed to be released with the 23 movie box set, right?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
The Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Does it come in a case with the stones?
They haven't shown it.
Like
but-
I like that when they released the first movie. I think it was the first Avengers movie. They had the box set that had the first phase in it.
Oh yeah,
That was the
it had the
suitcase.
Tesseract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
nice.
glowing Tesseract, and I'm like, I like that kind of gimmicky stuff, although
Yeah.
it tends to be a bit pricey, but
Yeah.
and I never remember about it when it does come out, but I'd like to see something with like an equivalent, like
Gauntlet.
the Gauntlet or something.
Yeah.
That would be cool,
Yeah.
but I don't know. That's pretty neat.
For
I didn't
sure.
know it was an after credits scene. I'd played oblivious to what it was.
Oh really?
I didn't know. That's cool. That's good. They probably were like ad-libbing and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
what ifs? Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
Hey, what is? But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's all I had. What'd you have, Ooze?
It was very recently announced by Warner Brothers that with Funko,
Yes.
that there is going to be a Pop movie coming out.
Oh really?
Using the likeness of Funko Pops in the movie.
Are we seeing a Lego movie like?
I don't know. They haven't released any like trailer or anything. I'm personally not excited for it because I feel like it's going to be like Angry Bird emoji movie. Hopefully it is more Lego movie than anything else because I know that they were going to make the Playmobil movie as well. Someone was going to do that.
That's already like on the way. I thought they did that one. That one I'd be curious to see. The Playmobil one, they actually have a trailer out for it.
Do they?
Yeah, I think I've seen. I'll have to take a look, but I think it actually looks interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
But I'm skeptical, like, because Angry Birds, no.
Right.
Emoji movie,
garbage, 100%. It
this
has
trailer.
a worse rating on Rotten Tomatoes than Manos Hands of Fate.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What? That's
So,
right.
There's that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, they just need to bring Phil Lord and what's his face in.
Chris Miller.
I think, those two to come and write it, or just get the Russos to do it. They could do it. Russos handle things well.
They do.
Yeah,
I don't know if a Funko movie is something that they want to do, but
that would
be
allow them to
interesting.
touch every character that they want.
That's true.
I'm sure we're going to run into a situation where, like, they'll release the pre-book, it'll be called Ready Funko 1, and then we're going to get the movie, and it's not going to be good.
Keep in mind, though, that Warner Brothers did do Toy Story in conjunction with Lego. Yeah, it's a Warner Brothers.
Really?
Toy Story?
Disney
Or,
Pixar?
I mean, not Toy Story. I mean,
Lego movie?
Lego, excuse me.
Whoa! I was like, whoa, where was
I had a
this?
stroke. I forgot what we were talking about. I was in a different land. No, Warner Brothers did do the Lego movie in conjunction with Lego, of course. So this is just another, I'm guessing, attempt at doing the same thing. Could be good. It could go either way. We saw. You saw Ninjago with us? Did you not?
Yeah.
And it was
was
an
fun.
alright movie, but it wasn't great.
Batman was a lot better.
Batman was a lot better. I actually really liked Lego Movie 2.
Yeah. It was crying time.
Yeah, it was a
The
good
movie
one.
2 was good. I think I lost it because didn't see it in the theaters, and I didn't see Ninjago. Batman was great.
Batman
was great. Yeah,
Lego
I liked
1
that.
was brilliant. So I just hope they don't like set us up for like, oh yeah, all these different franchises are available by Funko, but not available via the movie. Kind of like Ready Player One.
Well, that's exactly like. Well, Lego didn't have any Marvel characters. You know,
They had
they
DC characters.
They had a ton of DC characters, but no Marvel characters at all. Even though Lego owns
Star Wars.
rights.
Star Wars
they
showed
did
up
have
briefly.
Star Wars.
But that's Disney,
Yeah.
not Marvel.
Yeah, and something like that's where I kind of like, I don't know. And even in Lego Movie 2, we didn't get any of that. So, and there was no Star Wars in Lego Movie 2.
Right.
So, who knows? It's going to be an interesting film.
It's going to be interesting.
We'll eagerly wait for a trailer.
Yes.
Wait for a trailer.
For sure.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. What news do
Stop.
you have?
Hold the presses. Call Lois Lane.
Okay, cool.
Call Jimmy Jolson.
Jimmy Jolson.
Right.
Jolson.
The greatest mystery of all time is being revealed this fall. Superman's identity.
That's right.
I wonder who it is.
I have no idea. That's crazy.
It's gonna be insane. I bet you it's Jimmy.
Exactly. I was just going to say that.
Or
Who
Bruce
gets
Wayne.
the red hair, though?
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne can't be a superhero. He's a billionaire playboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be Rick over there.
Who's right?
Ricky
Grayson.
Gervais.
No idea who that is.
Right.
You mean the cabbie?
It's probably
in
Lex
Bloodhaven?
Luthor.
The blood.
Likely, actually. Lex Luthor? He's a good guy. He does so much to help humanity.
And his community.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my news. Apparently he's revealing his identity.
Yeah,
to the
revealing
world.
his identity to the world.
I wonder if it's going to be the rebirth in junction with what's happening in Lois Lane's storyline.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'm assuming it is. It's something that sheds a light on their relationship and the world knowing that Lois Lane, being a Pulitzer, winning writer, is married to Clark Kent, who is also a very famed writer for reporter.
Don't tell.
Whatever.
That's
you know.
what they're taking.
So they're
He's just saying that they're married.
But yeah, they're married, and then the world, sees
Lois kissed Superman. Yeah.
So it's controversial, and it's going to look bad on both of them. And
Yeah,
so that I think that's a great spark for that story.
for sure.
I'm excited to see what is. What sneeze? Sorry.
Bless you.
I'm really excited to see what they is, if it is tied with Lois Lane, if it's going to be the Leviathans Fallout, or if it's going to be because anything going on with Superman, like I'm really behind right now on a lot of that.
How are you?
Tag, you're it. Ooze, your turn.
How are you on Batman? You read.
He's behind.
I'm like,
behind?
let's just say it this way. I read the stuff leading up to the wedding, and
then the wedding, like, just destroyed everything, and then nothing else happened.
Catwoman happened.
Yeah.
I read those books, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I've been collecting. I just haven't. I really want to get the whole story before I read it.
Yeah, you should
Tom
probably
King,
read that
right?
soon. Yes, Tom King. He's a jerk. I hate him.
Yeah. Good. So we did find something out. Some very interesting news.
Yes. Some stuff went down. City of Bane.
Yup.
New apprentice.
Anyways, yeah, Superman revealing his identity.
Yep.
All right. Well, that concludes our news segment.
Yep.
Does that leave us with
The review segment.
Who's first?
Peachy.
That would be
Peachy's again.
Yeah.
That's how this goes.
I'm new
Go
here.
in a clockwise motion.
I'm new here.
Oh, that's right.
Nice
That's
to
right.
meet you guys.
Nice to meet
We're
you.
wearing your glasses. I couldn't tell that you were new.
I didn't have my glasses on.
Well, this week I only had 3 small books.
Three.
Small
Yeah,
books.
3. They're not very big. But give me just a moment. This thing.
And that was Peachy's review. No, I'm just kidding.
No, just-
Those are really small books. No.
But yeah, no. First of which I read was Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 12.
12.
Nice.
Written by Tom Taylor.
Do you happen to know if the artist is the same from Spectacular Spider-Man? Because the cover art looks very similar to the few books that we picked up for Spider-Geddon.
I'm not sure on that. It's Pere Perez is the actual inside artist, but actually I think it might be Andrew C. Robinson is the cover artist on this one.
Danger. Andrew C. Robinson. Danger.
It was a pretty good book. It's touching on a few different things that are going on. Of course, touching on Aunt May's health and several other things that happened and whatever. Basically, somebody's been trying to put a hit out on Spider-Man, and he does some homework and whatever. And it's actually a pretty decent story. I dug it. It was pretty good. I'd give the book about a 7.5 or an 8. But the thing I didn't care for is that this is how the book ended.
It's clobbering time. Oh, I'm sorry. It's underground clobbering time. I can read.
It ends with any kind of Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been alluding to it since the very beginning when he went to Johnny Storm.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So I don't hate it. I'll read it. I still love the book, and it's going great. He keeps finding himself in different situations, which I'm curious to find out about. But yeah, probably 7.5 on that one.
Sweet.
My next book was excuse me. Yeah, Spider-Man by J.J. Abrams and son Henry Abrams, with art by Sarah Pichelli. This is the cover. Both I think Sudon and I both picked up.
Yeah, it's a cool cover.
It is a cool cover.
It's very reminiscent to old cover that they did, with the separate pages and the holes,
Yeah, the Marvels.
Marvels?
I think is what that one was.
There's a lot of other comics that
they've done a few other ones, yeah, for sure.
There's a
I
lot.
just feel like it used to happen a lot, and it doesn't anymore. You know?
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charge you $6 extra for that cover.
I believe this variant was done by Chip Kidd, Kidd. But I wanted to really like the book.
And then everything just fell apart.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was good, and I'm not going to say it wasn't interesting, but the writing wasn't very good.
Ouch.
The art was pretty decent, but the writing was like, this event is happening, this event is happening, this is what this.
Oh.
It's very sequential and not very flowy.
Sure.
You
Does
got
that
yours
make sense?
digitized?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I read the hard copy, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And that's what I was referencing to when I said that it all just fell apart.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because, I got to the middle page and it just fell out. The 2 pages just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No, and they all,
terrible.
when I went back to get that book, they all had
An indent?
a dimple in the cover. Yeah. And
Not cute.
yeah, not a cute dimple. Yeah. But,
I missed an adventure today.
Yeah.
You went to the store again today?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you
The
noticed it
last night.
last night.
When we got our books.
Oh.
But I'm on the fence about this book. If I had to give it a score, I don't want to be too cruel, so I'll say a 5. I was going to say 4. But no, it's not that
It's
bad.
Spider-Man, and it's a 5.
Yeah, it's got potential.
Were you able to see the pages, or was the lens flare out of control? Because mind you, this is J.J. Abrams, people.
Well, he wrote it. Now, to be fair, he wrote it. He did not direct it, and he did not do the art. Art was done by Sarah Pacelli, which she's actually a pretty renowned artist. That's that full view of that cover there. I don't know how it wouldn't do that before for me. But, stop that. It just keeps growing. Yeah.
Giggity.
Giggity. So about a 5 on my scale. But my favorite book of the week that Sudon and I also shared was Absolute Carnage, number 3 of 5. This is the cover.
Clayton Crane?
Clayton Crane.
Which one did you get?
This one.
Oh, so you got the Stegman cover.
Yeah. Ryan Stegman. Yeah.
He just does a lot of Venom. And
Yeah,
Carnage
writing.
and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Donnie Cates.
Donnie Cates. Yeah, sorry, Coates. Yeah. I really dug this book. This was my pick of the week. The story was pretty good.
I concur.
When it last left off, it just kind of, we lost Miles.
No.
Yeah, Miles to the Carnage symbiotes that were after everybody and whatever.
Miles is dead.
Okay. Yeah. Huh?
Miles is dead.
He's not dead.
According to the last page, they think he's dead still.
Yeah, I guess so.
We don't know because you have to read the Miles Morales Carnage tie-in to find out. But he's not really dead. We know, but according to them, yeah, he's gone.
Mm.
And I like how they kind of left him off on that, which left the intensity in Brock.
Mm.
That's what I liked about Eddie. He was like, "Fuck, we already lost this one." You can kind of see the conflict between him and the symbiote. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I dug that actually. I dug that the symbiote's kind of pushing for something else, and both of them are trying to look after their child. Which was pretty cool.
Which is I like the contrast though. One is we have to put down our child. The other one's they have their priorities, and it's kind of crazy. They've always been one
symbiotic.
and at the time they need to be one, they're not. And
yeah, they're dividing up. Symbiotes got different ideals and things. A different code at this point than Brock does. And I think maybe the symbiote thinks that Brock's getting too soft which is kind of what proves to happen. Which, I mean, not to say too much about the story, it was a damn good story. What I have read of the Carnage, Absolute Carnage series of books, they're kind of haphazard, but they're meant to be. Right. But this one was pretty, legible, easily read and
linear.
Whatever. Linear, that's the one. Yeah, but this is where we end up on that one.
Yeah.
I had a theory that he was going that the symbiote was going to jump to somebody else, to another character in the book. And I'm like, oh, yep, it's happening. And then I was totally wrong, but I was totally okay with it.
We were set up with 4 potentials right there. 5 potentials, right there at the end.
Good book. Great book, man. So I'd have to give this one a 9. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah, I dug the book, too. It made me want to jump back. I have the Venoms that are tied in with it. I just haven't read it.
Yeah.
So I want to see, I hate to say it, the Fantastic Four adventures that happened in there.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see how that occurs because Evil Reed Richards is involved.
For sure.
So it's kind of like cool, but I'm curious to see how this is going to wrap up. We got 2 more books.
Yeah.
2 more books plus the tie-ins. So apparently that Separation Anxiety was a one-shot. Screams 3, the whatever, Lether Protectors or whatever tie-in is only going to be 3. The Ghost Rider, I think, is a 2-part. I don't know. It's like really weird how they're doing it, but they're wrapping up all the loose ends of all the hosts, which is kind of interesting how they're doing that.
Which one did you pick up that you said you weren't very impressed with? An Absolute spin-off there?
Separation Anxiety, I had a lot of hopes for and found that one to be disappointing.
See,
and
I heard
also,
the opposite.
I found that to be very disappointing because it was just kind of like, okay. And then the other one was
Symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah. That one I was like,
oh, that's the one.
Unfortunately, as interesting as it could have been, it just fell short to me. And of the crossovers.
Right.
So, but nice.
Yeah, good book. Good book.
I kind of was like, I was like, who's this nerdy guy? Who's that guy right there? And once they revealed to who it was, I was like, that's gonna be fun because they had the pop of it. And I'm like, that's never happened in the comics.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, they venomized everything.
That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, yo.
I was like, now I have a reason to want to get that pop now. And I'm like, damn it, I don't need to get any more venomized. Sticking with Gwen.
That was Ryan Stegman both on the cover and inside art on that. By the way, didn't clarify before, but yeah, man, if you, I was kind of hesitant on picking up the series at first, but the main storyline keeps getting better in my opinion.
Symbiotes never disappoint.
Yeah.
And you also got to take into account, War of Realms actually had a pretty, from what you were telling us, lasting effect on Venom.
Yeah.
So it could also affect why the symbiote's a little off.
Right.
To Brock. I'm like, that makes sense. Because they were separated, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were separated, yeah. And he just came back at the beginning of this run.
Yeah, he'd been following him, tailing him. He thought the symbiote was dead and whatever, and apparently he was following him. And somehow, I thought it was Evil Reed Richards. I think it is Evil Reed Richards that was in the series, reattached it or something. I can't remember.
Sewed it together with needle and thread.
Yeah.
Just like the
Peter
Shadow
Pan.
in Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I imagined that.
Right.
Sewing it up.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Faux show. That's all I had.
Right on. Well, thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Ooze.
Oh my god, Ooze read 75 books.
I read so many books.
She has my hold slot equivalent in her hands.
Yeah,
right
pretty
now.
much. Hey guys.
But at least you could cover a large amount of them with the same writer and artist.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. Because I definitely remember to write those down and look at them. Hi. So last night was midnight release for the J.J. Abrams and Sons Spider-Man. So we got our books a night early, and then I realized, hey, there's this book out that I have to read all of Heroes in Crisis, because I didn't read any of it real quick. So I was up until 4 in the morning, just so I could read all of these books, just so we can talk about maybe that.
Written by Tom King.
Written by Tom King. And, most of the art, or some of the art is done by Clayman, and some of it is done by someone else.
It jumps around.
Yeah, and then there's also the Price tie-ins that have the Flash and Batman numbers 64 and 65, and also the Flash Annual number 2. All of that.
All leading up to...
All leading up to Flash Forward number 1. From the pages of Heroes of Crisis. Written by Skottie Lobdell, which is cool, because I like him. Because he did a lot of that Red Hood guy.
That's where he's from.
Yeah,
Right.
and also Happy Death Day, which is a movie. So, all of that. Also had Rick and Morty vs. Dungeons and Dragons, Chapter 2, The Painscape, number 1. It's a good book.
It's a good book. You got the character sheet.
I did get the character sheet variant.
Nice.
Which, the character sheets in the last series of books were mostly just funny, but the one that they have for Wizard Rick is, like, you could actually play as this character, which I think is really cool.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see here. Written by Jim Zub. Illustrated by Troy Little. It's continued from the last series. And colored by Leonardo Ito. And lettered by Crank. With additional hand lettering by Troy Little.
Huh.
It's a very enjoyable book. D&D. Also, I shared this with Sudon. Justice League number 32. Continued writing by Scott Snyder and James Tynion IV.
Oh, yeah, we did have a book.
We did. And art by Howard Porter. And...
Hi-Fi.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember if it was actually Howard Porter. And then colors by Hi-Fi. Continued colors by Hi-Fi.
We got the Oliver Coipel
Variant, yes. Which is a good variant. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't like Superman's face, though.
You don't like
Looks weird.
Superman. He does kind of look a little bit, but it's okay.
I was not a fan of the inside art. I mean, Howard Porter has a very specific art style. I feel it's very, like, small people.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of that, but he was doing the art for the Flash Year 1.
Oh, right.
And I was like, I recognize this art.
I don't know. They had a couple characters in there. That
They
looked
had
pretty neat.
some people.
Oh, yeah.
There was also some people in Heroes in Crisis. Like, a lot of people. It was a good time. Also had, Nightwing. Number 64 came out today. I had to read 63 and 64. Continued writing by someone... What is his name?
Rick Sanchez.
No.
Someone to watch over me.
Dan Jurgens.
Dan Jurgens.
Yep.
Same thing.
Art by Ronan Cliquette, and Nick Flaherty was the colorist. You know, the Nightwings are a thing. Talon's back in town, trying to reconnect with Dick Grayson.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know a
Nightwings
whole
are
lot
still a
about...
thing, huh?
Yeah, the Nightwings are very much still a thing.
They
For now.
wanted to make Grayson one of the... He was supposed to be the next Talon or something.
That's his grandfather is the Talon. Court of Owls was a whole thing. Batman.
I read that
It was all about Nightwing.
a long time.
technically.
Like, when it was...
I own the first 2 volumes that are signed by Peter Capaldi. Or Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Greg Capullo.
Whoa, the double
Yeah, I don't know where I pulled that from.
Of all the things to have signed, that's bold.
That's all I had on me at the time. I mean, it's like, Peter Capaldi.
You just signed my Court of Owls? Thanks. Cool. Bye.
I got tickled by that.
I dig it.
Yeah, so Talon, he's beating people up. He kidnapped some people. Almost killed a people.
Yeah, Talon's not good.
He's a bad guy. Also had Critical Role Vox Machina Origins Series 2, number 3.
D&D heavy week for you, too.
Yeah!
Wow. That doesn't happen.
No. It was really good. There was a reference to, things in things. My last book is Lex Luthor, Year of the Villain, number 1. One Lex to kill them all.
Oh.
It's a really good book.
Shared that one with me as well.
Yes.
Here,
did you read
I will
it?
let you know who the artists
Oh
and everything are.
Critical Role, Matthew Mercer, Jodie Hauser, Olivia Sampson. Those are the people.
Did you, can I see that Lex cover?
Yeah,
Written by Jason Latour. Art by Brian Hitch. Coloring by Tomeo More. And then cover artist by Francis Manipul.
Yeah, Francis Manipul. He knows how to draw some Apex Lex.
That's right, I forgot he was in the new body.
He's the Apex Predator.
Apex
It was
Predator.
a really, really good book.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Tell me they did it from his point of view.
I mean, yeah, no, sort of, not really.
Oh.
I mean, sort of. It was all about him.
Ish.
It was all about Lex.
Luthor?
No. I mean, it's really complicated. So, okay. If I were able to, Heroes in Crisis would have been my pick for the week.
Oh, really?
Flash Forward is not my pick of the week.
Was it bad?
It wasn't bad. It was just like, after reading everything that happened, I'm like, wow, that's like very minimal in what just everything. It was really good. I really liked Heroes in Crisis. It was so bad. It was so bad. It takes a twist and a turn, and I wasn't a fan of that, but they made it happen. And crying, and I read Jeff Johns' Flash. Well, Wally was Flash, so like there was lots of emotions happening. So Flash Forward isn't my pick of the week.
Called it.
What my pick of the week is Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons to the Painscape, because it made me laugh, and I really needed that after several hours of reading stuff that made me cry.
I kind of was going to suggest that to you, because I'm like, expecting you to go nope up the stairs, reading a couple issues of Heroes. I was like, you should read that Rick and Morty afterwards, because it's probably going to be funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. There was a couple of parts in the Heroes in Crisis that was like with Batman that made me cry, and like just specific characters that I'm like, I don't want to talk to you right now, and that's fine. Is your pick okay? I'll ask you when you go. How about that? I'll ask when you go.
Save it for the podcast.
Yeah, this is the podcast, so I was going to ask you a question.
No sneak peeks.
Alright, Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons. Classic Rick being like, you guys are dumb, because apparently the world has been infested with this virus that makes people need Dungeons and Dragons. So, like, everything is slowly turning into, like, obsession over Dungeons and Dragons in their world. And there's, like, D&D TV, and all the stores are D&D stuff, and it's great. I love it. But Rick's like, there's something wrong, and we have to figure out what it is. So he goes and figures out what it is. And it's a virus that was created in, an alternate dimension that he didn't know existed, because he technically accidentally created it, because when he was first starting to play D&D, he made his own campaign setting, and the characters that he no longer uses are angry at him because he stopped using them. So they're plotting their revenge against Rick.
Nice.
And trying to destroy all the other multiverses.
Oh my god.
And I love it.
Very, very evil Ricky about it.
Yeah. So there's the first character he ever made was Bard Rick. And then he made Sorcerer Rick. And there's a Goliath character, it looks like, but I don't. They didn't introduce her. But basically, yeah, they go there, and Rick gets captured and thrown through a portal to somewhere else in like the sewer type area, and they kidnap Morty and go back into the original Rick and Morty dimension in the comics. And yeah, it was ridiculous and very Rick and Morty and very funny, and there's references to Critical Role as always, which makes me happy.
Nice. Jinx.
Yeah, and yeah.
Actually, that's not nice. That's awesome.
It's cool.
Radical.
Bodacious. Ostentatious. Friar Jacques?
Jacques?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
Awesome.
trying to see if there's a good, like... Yeah, this is a good page. Just roll for initiative.
Oh, sweet.
Because Rick breaks out of his chains after he gets kidnapped, and they're doing the evil monologue thing that villains do, and he's like, well, roll for initiative! And then he attacks them, and then it's D&D. It's a good D&D.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm excited for the rest of it. I hate that they started it again, because I was so happy to have it off my old list, because I love this book and I have to get it.
Right.
But
It's
yeah.
good that they were able to get the character sheet on.
Yes, this time, yeah.
A little hard time the last time.
For the number 1, I couldn't find it, but I still got a really cool variant for the number 1.
Nice.
It's very reminiscent of old style D&D fantasy drawings, which is cool. So Sudon, that leaves it on you.
We do. So, okay.
You had lots of books.
I had lots of books. Mainly my own darn fault. Because I like books.
Yep.
But I got a lot of books that I needed to catch up on as well. As I said, I would have gotten Heroes in Crisis all done, but when you miss an issue and they don't have it in stock, it kind of hurts.
Especially number 8. Number 8 was really important, actually.
Yeah,
and like very specifically, very important.
And I'm like, why is that the one that always ends up like the very important issue? I'm like, did you take that out?
It seems to happen a lot.
So I will go ahead and start from the bottom, the very bottom of my list today. And this is going to pain somebody, I just know it is. Lex Luthor number 1. Got my lowest score of the day. Honestly, I got a 6.5 after the Jarro kicker out of 10.
Yeah.
I just, writing by Jay Solitore, Brian Hitch is the artist, coloring by Timo More, and Francis Manipal cover. Cover's awesome. Art, great. There were some sections that I was like, but I just didn't care.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I like Lex, but also Lex is Dr. Fate.
There was some cool stuff that I was like, there was references to the movie ones.
Sorry, no, I was talking about something else, but I will look at this. Oh yeah, I did. I looked at your.
Yeah.
I was like, you would have liked it because they do show the one from the movie verse. They show Lex Luthor's that I'm like, that was cool to see the different Lexes but it wasn't just about Lex. It was also about Superman. It's always about Superman. So
with Lex, yeah.
It was not a standalone issue.
That's why I liked it.
I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite book of the week. Okay.
Lex is Batman! Lex is Batman!
Batman Beyond.
But it doesn't matter!
And Cal is his buddy, who's Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Tony.
It was a whole thing. Lex is Batman.
There was some cool stuff. Lex was Shazam.
Yeah.
I'm like, does that mean he was Alex? Like Alexander? He goes, Shazam!
Right? That'd be adorable.
Yeah, what happens with some of
his
that?
curly red fox.
So, but yeah, unfortunately, that did garner my lowest score of the week. I did also pick up, I had to pick up an issue from 2 weeks ago, Strayed #1. It's a comic. They're all comics.
Yeah.
That's like
We
cat,
do comics.
Alien cat.
Cats in Space.
Or something like that. It's called Strayed. It's by Dark Horse. I got #1. I had to read that one. It was good. I gave that one an 8. But Strayed #2 just kind of... That's Lex Luthor.
Strayed #2.
Just got worse.
I mean, it was just like it.
Strayed #2. Nothing wrong with the art. The cover art's the inside art. It's done by the same guy. This is Carlos Giffoni is the writer. Wando, no slip of the tongue, no jokes here. Wando is the artist and the colorist, as well as the artist and the colorist for the covers. So, and then it's a cool story. I dig it. It's about a cat that can go through the universe and them exploiting it, you know. And then it's the girl is kind of like, I don't like me using my cat. And I'm like, I agree. And but there's some deeper plot that I'm like, okay, what are they going to pull here? Hopefully it sounds like a limited series. So, but I like cats. Cats are awesome. But
I'm thinking Firefly with a cat.
Well, the cat can she created a technology that she can talk to animals and other species and translate. It was able to just a universal translator. Finds out that her cat, through some weird experiments, was able to teleport through the universe. But she could talk to the cat, and then of course the government in charge wants to exploit the cat to find other planets,
right?
And thus corporate espionage and shit. But yeah. Then I had Leaving Sages. Oh wait, that was last week. Justice League #32. Great book. I thought it was really good. I thought there was some.
Also had Dr. Fate.
Had Dr. Fate in here, which
it's
art
two
was
Dr. Fates.
really cool inside. I thought the art did it, but I get you with the people.
Yeah.
But Aquaman.
Yeah. Aquaman saved the day.
But yeah, I had Aquaman. I also picked up Aquaman #52, but I am really far behind.
Oh, okay. I was just going to ask you, did you catch up?
No, I did not.
No, he's about 52 issues behind, not including Drowned Earth.
Oh. Not including the new 52.
And also the new 52.
Noon 52.
Noon.
I'm about halfway. No, I'm about 3/4 through
so.
New 52 Aquaman, actually. I'm pretty on top. I was just restarted and then behind. I also picked up Spider-Man.
Yes.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. and Henry Abrams.
But unfortunately, due to digital issues, I was not able to digitize it, thus not willing to touch my comic because like the cover and the back was white. So I was not willing to mess around with it, so I put it immediately into a bag and board. And hopefully they'll get back to me on that one.
Yeah, I got my grubby hands all over mine.
I just didn't want to. I also have picked House of X, but I'm still missed a key issue, so I haven't been reading them.
That's Legion, right?
But I think it's Legion.
Looks like Legion.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a Skottie Young cover on that one.
Awesome.
I'm really wanting to read that because apparently some really good stuff here. I shared Absolute, or is that it?
Yeah.
Absolute Carnage. I was all like, that sounds like an alcohol. That's not right. Absolute Carnage. But no, Absolute Carnage #3. Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman, and J.P. Mayer, and Frank Martin. All those names are the same people who did the cover. So, except for writer. As we were saying when I was talking to Peachy, I'm loving it. I'm actually liking Spider-Man's rapport with Brock. I'm liking that Captain America's gonna die, and it's great.
It's a good story, man. Like I said before, I'm digging the hell out of it, and don't neglect it. Pick it up, because it's damn good.
That one got an 8 out of 10 for me on that one. That one...
We were close in score on some.
That one really, I dug it. It was pretty good. The big chunk of my week, though, or my reading, was finally caught up on Middlewest.
No kidding.
Skottie Young writing, art by George Corona, colorist is Jean-Francois Beaulieu, and cover is George Corona or Jorge Corona. It could be one or the other, I don't know. I got yelled at the other day for calling somebody with the J Jorge, and he's like, no, it's George. I'm like, sorry. So, I don't know.
My bad.
But I had to read issues 3, 4 through 11 to get to 4 through 10 to get to today's issue 11. So for the scores on this, 3 through 10 got 8 out of 10.
Oh wow!
There's no varying in score. Art is amazing. The story is just continuously progressing. It has enough of the humor that Skottie Young brings to most of his stuff, as well as the whimsical nature of his stories. He really likes kids going on adventures, grandiose adventures.
Who is the artist again? I'm sorry.
His name is Jorge.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Corona.
Yeah, that was it. Sorry, distracted.
When we last left off months ago, the father, we find out the father's
weird tornado.
Big storm tornado destroyed it. Kid runs away from home. Then finds out he's got this heart on him, and then he runs into this old wizard who says, "Hey, go check out this place in this other town," which happens to be his sister, the old wizard's sister. Kid's like, "I'm gonna go find my mom and figure out why I have this heart tattoo that looks like my dad's like demonic heart."
Right.
It's this cool little... then you find out that it's during the line that it's actually genetic, and his father has, what do they call it, the heart of the storm, which is kind of neat. And
pretty cool.
He ends up on this carny, he has a carny working with the wizard's sister, Maggie or something they call her. And it's kind of cool, just kind of like, it feels like a Wizard of Oz-y kind of stuff. Go on this quest, go here, kind of discover how we can fix you, or, you know, why you have this problem. Because this tattoo is growing, or this, you know, thing on him is growing. So it's like, okay, what's wrong with me? And he's got this companion fox who's kind of an ass.
I remember, yeah.
But really does care about him.
Right.
And, last issue we left off with number 10. He was told to buy a spirit guardian creature, god creature. Remember, this is kind of like Earth weird. And he gets told you need to go to the winter forest, and you go, and there's literally a line where winter happens. It kind of feels Game of Thronesy in a way. And he has to leave the fox behind and go on this journey. He finds out this winter storm is being caused by none other than his grandfather. And he gets in this big fight with his grandfather and runs off and meets up with the fox and tells the fox to fuck off.
What did the
literally
fox say?
And
What does the fox say?
stop. That's old.
I know.
And the latest issue is the kid ends up in a town away from the fox, and the whole blow up between them, and the kids runs into this girl Bobby that he was friends with at the Carney, because he went all Superstorm on the Carn and accidentally, and the Mags was like, "No, I don't want you here." And the Carnies were like, "He's just a kid, but sure, boss, we'll listen to you." And Bobby was a little girlfriend, a little friend of his. His name is Abel, and she's like, "Well, I'm gonna go find him." And they run into each other, and that's where we end up. And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm curious to see what it is. It's just a really cool adventure continuing on. There's a lot to it. The art is just beautiful, and I can tell there's a grander scheme here. All the while, I mean, this whole thing's happening. His father's behind him, chasing after him. So we see him come up to the old wizard and fucks him up. that's cool is I didn't say this, but Bobby has they have a robot friend called Wrench. I got a lot of K2SO vibes from Star Wars.
I was just saying how it calls to mind a lot of different. I mean, kind of a little bit of Lord of the Rings stuff, some Hobbit kind of stuff with the adventure kind of sense of it. And you said Wizard of Oz before. There's Star Warsian robot, and so that's I dig that. That's awesome.
It's a pretty cool, whimsical story, and it's definitely got its healthy dose of adult language.
Nice.
Kid's a potty mouth. And Skottie Young's a potty mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not afraid of it, and I'm like, that's cool.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. I'm curious where it's going because there's a lot of different levels to this world. There's like the forest folk, there's the elf-like folk, there's a troll, like an actual troll, which has the trope of, turns in the sunlight, turns to stone, and I'm like,
nice.
that was cool how they kind of played through that.
Do they have a fairyland? I hate fairyland.
That is in there. A few times there's an advertisement for the new trade paperback that's released.
It was 20% off for a really long time.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of. They have a new volume where it's all together now.
Oh, nice.
And it's
like an omnibus.
But yeah.
Cool. Sorry.
But yeah, that was my pick of the week. That straight 8s going down the line, and I'll up that to a 9 for the book of the week. So.
I'll admit I didn't know where it was going and all of that, and as brief as the description was of the story, I'm definitely intrigued again. I was intrigued at the beginning, and I'm like, I don't know where I fall on this, but if he kept reading, and they're all 8s leading up to issue number 11.
It's definitely kept me consistently interested. You're just kind of curious where it's going to go and how they're going to conclude it. But yeah, I dig it, and now that I'm caught up. So next goal is Batman. No, I mean Weatherman. There's at least 3 of those.
Not Batman.
Batman. Nah, that's daunting.
When
they cancel it.
Yeah, when they cancel Batman.
Yeah, it's
sure.
I'm hearing things.
That's just the animals upstairs.
I think it might be the people under the stairs.
Oh, that's us.
Oh, sure.
Well, that's all I have for my review. Check out Middlewest, Skottie Young, and Peeps. Check all these books out, right?
Sure. Yeah, pick them up. Yeah. There's no substitute for the real thing. Digitals are great. You don't have to lay your hands on your books if you're, a serious collector or whatever, but, there's no substitute for holding the real book in your hand.
Even if pages fall out.
Yeah, even if pages fall out.
Or you don't want to touch it. There's gloves. I need to invest in gloves.
I keep forgetting the catalog.
That's bad.
Yes, CLZ. Catalog your books.
Yeah, unpaid sponsorship.
We should set up a notification on your phone that goes off at about 11:30.
Yeah, it's not
catalog your phone and stuff. But well, right on. Yeah, that's definitely awesome. What do we have next week, Peachy?
Next week I only have 2 books.
Lucky you.
So many books. So many books.
My books were Amazing Spider-Man number 30 and Superior Spider-Man number 11.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have all of the books next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh?
Angel number 5. Alien Rescue number 3. Batman Superman number 2. Crisis on Infinite Earths number 1. The $1 version, because, gotta get that.
Right.
Flash number 79. Justice League Dark number 15.
Justice League Dark. Sorry.
Red Hood Outlaw number 38. Shazam number 7. And Superior Spider-Man number 11. I think that my pick of the week is going to be Shazam.
Right.
Which one?
Which you're not picking up?
I'm not going to be picking that
Lame.
one up. Taking
Which
on
one?
2 new Marvel titles. 3.
Shazam.
Yeah, but which Shazam?
Number 7.
Or...
Shazam. Number 7.
Beautiful cover
Shazam.
of Batman Superman number 2.
Shazam number 7.
I have Batman and Superman #2 with the cover where he's holding Batman and Superman like this because he's corrupted, remember?
I am aware.
That's what's the other one.
I am aware.
I have that Superior Spider-Man, a lot of reading. Amazing Spider-Man, #30, still a lot of reading. Ghost Spider, I got to do that one. Angel, #5. That one, we got the Hellmouth storyline.
Yep,
really
starting.
So we got a lot of reading.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to catch up with Angel.
But I think I know the pick of the week is definitely probably going to be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
That's right, I saw
which
that on there.
Is a lot of reading.
Yeah.
I'm still an issue behind.
You have Power Rangers every other week. And it's not just like Go-Go every other week. It's Go-Go or Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, because I got Mighty Morphin Ninja Turtles soon.
Nice.
So, but yeah, that's my picks of the weeks.
Books for next week.
So yeah, that's about it for all of us here at the.
What do you think your pick's going to be?
Probably amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing! I'm going to go on a ledge and I'm going to say I think it's going to be Superior Spider-Man.
Always
a book I have not read.
Right. It does. It's a good book. It's a damn good book.
But, right on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's it for us here. Check us out on all the social medias. Facebook.
Yeah.
We have a group and a page. Check those out.
Like
them
comment,
both.
subscribe.
Check us out on the YouTubes.
Yes.
We got the Sudon, or not Sudons. Well, that's one thing. But I was going to say, check us out. Stapled Together is on YouTube. We have all our episodes on there. If you like on YouTube, listen to us there. There might be a format change coming soon. I'm still working on that.
Like, comment, subscribe, ring
on
that
those.
bell.
Ring that bell below. Ring that bell below.
Yes.
Twitter. Follow us Twitter, Instagram. We all have individual accounts.
Yep.
So find us all on there. We have a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool news, and we give stuff away sometimes. I do. Also, look to keep on a lookout for Peachy's Playhouse coming soon on YouTube. What do you got? Coming up for us?
Yeah, I'm going to do, I think the first review video I'm going to be putting out is going to be on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle animated series action figures by NECA. So keep a lookout for that. It's on its way.
It's coming soon.
Yeah.
And then Sudon segments coming out as its regular schedule. Check on that. But that's it for us. You have a quote for us there, Ooze?
I do. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is
I
the
like
truth.
that very much. Who is that?
She doesn't ever quote the artist, no. Or the...
Khalil Gibran.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for listening. We'll have you listening on the next one. Oh, stole it.
We could all say it. We'll have you listening later.
That's what I've been trying to do for like the last year, guys. Come on.
Well, we will all have you listening later.
And stay tuned next week for our 50th episode.
Oh my goodness.
50.
That's really the 50. Oh yeah.
This is
50. Big 50. It's coming up quick.
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
For sure.
Yes, well, but thank you for listening. I'm once again Sudon.
I'm Peachy.
And Ooze.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this, connect with us on social media, and of course like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Music is brought to you by Kevin MacLeod. Find more of his music by visiting incontouch.com or clicking on the link in the description. If you want to listen to more, find us on anchor.fm, our website unstapledtogetherpod.wixsite.com, and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts.